Hello, welcome to the Echo Tips podcast. In this week's episode, we're going to be talking about going back to school. That's right. This time of year, a lot of students are going back, both those that are in elementary school, middle school, and high school here in the United States, and of course those that are going to other academic institutions and the like. So anyway, so there's a nice, neat skill, and this is probably more geared towards more youthful students, but really kind of cool, some of the new features that are connected with this. And so before we get into that, we're going to go to a brief message about our podcast, and then we'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by the New Vision program at Goodwill. We're also grateful for the kind use of WVTF Studios. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments living in Southwest Virginia. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving the New River, Roanoke, and Shenandoah Valleys of Virginia. Goodwill's mission services help individuals with disabilities and disadvantages to get back to work and gain greater independence. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Hello, welcome back to our podcast. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be talking about this back-to-school feature, getting help with school, and finding skills and other things that will really help you with that. Now, first off, though, I'd like to welcome our new listeners to the podcast. My name is David Ward. I'm an assistive technology instructor with the New Vision program here at Goodwill, and you'll find that our Echo Tips podcast deals with little nuggetized tips that kind of teach you different things about your Echo. We try to visit brand new things like this, which just announced in the roundup for the month of August 2021, and I imagine they'll be continuing to add some features to this as well. And for our returning listeners, we'd like to welcome you back as well. We're well on our way to, we're past that 70,000 listens mark and well on our way towards working towards 8,000 listens. So we appreciate that. And for both of you, we're going to mention at the tail end of the episode how you can reach out to us about questions, thoughts, or maybe skills, things you'd like to see us tackle in a future episode. All right, so back to this feature. You're going to find that this feature is kind of like a rudimentary index turnkey solution. Try and find and expose yourself to other skills and features on the Echo that might have particular application to a student, a young person maybe in your home, your children, who maybe you're in a K-12 environment, something like that here in the United States. So it could be organizing things, brain teasers, quizzes, word of the day, all sorts of crazy things. Now, the phrase you're going to use, actually, I've tried several that seem to work. One is you can say, "Hey, lady, help me. Hey, lady, help me go back to school." Another one is "Help me with school," and you might have to play with it a little bit, but those phrases seem to get you where you need to go. And so we'll give it a shot here. But before I do that, I'll tell you, if you have an Echo in hearing distance of me, you might want to shut its ears off so that I'm not tripping up your Echo at home with my demonstration. So I'll just give you a second to do that. And now we'll give it a shot. Alexa, help me go back to school.
I love school and have skills to help. How about SAT Word of the Day? It's rated 4.3 stars by over 14,000 people. Or you can ask for more options.
More options.
I have one called This Day in History that is rated 4.1 stars by over 6,400 people. Would you like to try it?
Yes.
Great. Here's This Day in History. Welcome to This Day in History. From the History Channel. September 13, 1814. On this day in 1814, Francis Scott Key pens a poem which is later set to music and in 1931 becomes America's national anthem, The Star-Spangled Banner. The poem, originally titled The Defense of Fort McHenry, was written after Key witnessed the Maryland fort being bombarded by the British during the War of 1812. Key was inspired by the sight of a lone U.S. flag still flying over Fort McHenry at daybreak, as reflected in the now famous words of the Star-Spangled Banner, and the rocket's red glare.
Alexa,
the bombs burst.
stop.
Goodbye.
So it gives you a little idea how it kind of gives you like a triage of potential skills that may be useful for students. And like I said, you can also trigger this by saying, "Hey lady, help me with school." All right, so that'll bring this kind of episode to a close. It's kind of a nice little quick way to triage maybe different things you might want to learn that might be helpful in your household. For further information, maybe on things, especially if you have students taking school from home or doing some sort of distance learning due to the pandemic, you might want to look back a few episodes to one of our Blueprints episodes that deals with creating your own kind of skill. And one in particular we demonstrated was creating one for students that are homeschooling, basically, or doing distance learning, and how you can create a structure for their schedules throughout the week. So you might find that interesting as well. Well, it's time to turn the ears back on your Echo, start practicing some of the many things that you've learned. If you'd like to reach out to us more about feedback, topics you'd like to see us tackle in the future, feel free to do so on Facebook or Twitter. Look up Goodwill Industries of the Valleys. And you can find out more about what I'm doing at goodwillvalleys.com/newvision, all lowercase and no spaces. But we appreciate your listenership today, and we'll let you start practicing some of those things, and we thank you for listening.
Thanks, Dave. In conclusion, let me tell you a thing or two. This episode is brought to you by New Vision at Goodwill Industries of the Valleys, and it is also made possible in part by a grant from Community Foundation serving Western Virginia. And there's more. We're also grateful for the kind use of WVTF Studios. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments living in Southwest Virginia. For more information, check out our website at goodwillvalleys.com/newvision, with no spaces. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving the New River, Roanoke, and Shenandoah Valleys of Virginia. Goodwill's mission programs help individuals with disabilities and disadvantages to get back to work and gain greater independence. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Thanks for listening.